A few days ago, Planet Coaster 2 released their biggest and best DLC yet, the Silver Screen Pack. And as soon as the pack released, I got it and built this awesome Vekoma flying coaster. With insane views of the park and some flat rides that I've built, an underground tunnel and even a show scene that I've made. And I just wanted to test out all the new pieces in the pack, as you can see with this sign here. So without further ado, let's go and tour Hayo. And once again, we are back in Turas, Gairdini, Ep.8, I think? Yeah, Ep.8. Why am I walking so slow? And, yeah, this is the, well, for me, this is the first episode since the new DLC came out, and it's been a bit of a hard one to make. I did promise that we were going to be doing a night episode, either this episode or the next one. It will be next one because of just like how much I've been doing these past few days. And I've even had one of my videos corrupt, so if you've seen on my TikTok, 22nd of August, yeah, that video hasn't arrived, but there will be one with that style very, very soon. I might even just release like a tour of it. I don't know yet. Which way is it? This way. I'm losing track of my own. Oh, I need to do fencing now. I've only just realised that. Yeah. So you can see it just over there. There's 3 rides over there. 2 of which you can see. And yeah. So the amount of stuff I've been doing this past week. It's been a lot. Obviously I had to edit this video and the other video that came out. Well, when I say this video, I mean the last Turas Gairdini episode. And I had to edit the Corrupted episode and also the NR23 one. And now I'm having to do this one as well. But this area seems a little bit empty. The foliage isn't all done yet. We've got 2 new rides. We've got Nebula over here, literally just the same colour scheme as the normal one, just darker blue. And you can see these wait time boards. Yeah, these wait time boards have a little issue with them. They crash the game, like, or not. They only crashed my game once, but they like bug the game a little bit. You have to like rework it a little bit, so it's very frustrating. Oh, this one is literally just a main queue because it's just a filler ride. And so is this one, Starfall, a little bit, literally this is only just like a reference to Stardust Racers, like, and its old name. And it's basically just got the same colour as the green side. But that was just it, I just couldn't think of a name for that. But we're actually going to walk up these stairs over here. You can see the supports coming through the glass and the wood panels. Can I jump over here? No, I can't. As we walk to the area of the Vekoma flying coaster, which I constructed a few days ago as part of the new DLC. Over here was actually going to be a Zero Tivoli, but I got rid of that purely because there wasn't enough space and it felt a bit compact. So I thought, you know what, this area is already going to be quite compact. So I thought, you know what, let's make some breathing space, and this is the breathing space that we have. But before we go over to the coaster over there, we do have a few things we need to check out. So firstly, there is another play area here. This is a 3rd one in the park. Also, there was going to be a restaurant here, but I decided not to do that, and I've instead just put, well, because one was a restaurant over there, and the other thing was going to be a gift shop, but again, there's one over in the last episode. So I've just themed all this in. There's a bit of screen tearing, I'm not sure why. Maybe it's just because of the piece count. Not noticed at all. There's the coaster launching over there. Very nice. We'll talk about the coaster in a second, though. Yeah, so those are just like themed into the terracotta walls and everything in the building. Not really sure what they're meant to be. We'll talk about that view when we get off the ride. Yeah, so just a lot of foliage. The Vekoma Flyer, a couple of issues with it. Well, one issue with it. Actually, no, a couple. So firstly, the supports, they won't really generate on path, so you'll see over here there is actually a footer on the path. But if I try and walk through it, I can't. Well, it just sent me to the side on that one. And again, so there's actually, if I can see it, no I can't. Tried to have a look. But they're like, I just removed the pathway where that footer is so that it can stay there. But obviously I have done some supports here, so like this one over here next to the entrance sign and around the building as well. But that's pretty much the only ones I've done, apart from the maintenance supports, because the launch track supports would again just not generate on the paths. I'm not gonna go inside that building, but I am going to have a look inside the maintenance bay. So this is a maintenance bay. I'm just gonna walk out here because this is a bit of the inside of the show scene actually. But here's just a maintenance bay, and there's a staff building as well over here next to the queue line. But we are actually going to take a ride on Hayo. So I've used a lot of, as the support gets in the way. I like the track that just frames up the entrance sign. It adds a bit more kinetics and life to it. So I just wanted to use a lot of the silver screen pack because I'm not sure when I'll use it next. I like how there's two themes. There's like a silver screen like movie pack, and then there's the studios pack from Planet Coaster 1. As you can see, the train going over. The clearances are fine on that. I have had guests on it, well, test dummies on it, and the clearance is fine on that, especially with the leg restraints, just holding the legs in place. And I didn't want to build lockers to this ride because, well, one, how could I, and two, just didn't want to spend that much time. So I've got these lockers off the workshop. Thank you to whoever made these. So I've just got enough here. So I mean, I would imagine this isn't like one of those parks where it gets so many queues. Like each ride would probably have about 30 minutes max, so that's probably enough to like on a normal day, it's probably enough. But on like more, like on event days, it might be too little. So we're gonna take a walk through the queue. I'm in the main queue here. You can get a really good view of the launch from here, and the brake run as well. I didn't want to do a show scene on here at first, but I thought, how am I gonna make the twist? I'm not sure what it's called. The twist track, the fly to lie part. I don't know. Transitioning to and from the station. How was I gonna make that look nice? So I just put it all inside the building, and it worked. These containers here, they are they link to the building inside. So we have like a red one with all the stats for the ride, Project Flight as well, when this was built. Gairdini shipping as well on that blue one, and then just the name of the ride on the green one. I'm just gonna close my door.
A few inches later.
Yeah, there was somebody outside, and they thought I was pretty weird. So yeah, we are back. So yeah, there's the staff building there, and the exit of the the access to the staff gate on the coaster. And oh, I'm in the single rider queue now. And these are just the queue pieces from Taggy again. I've got these steel mesh ones now. I still ignore that. I originally didn't realise these lights over here. Firstly, that's just a transfer from the exit to the station. The clearance on these is fine as well. At least I should think. Yeah, because there's less restraint, so they shouldn't be able to reach up. But basically these red lights, I put them on a rotational piece at first, and I was like, how can you hide these? And then when I actually tested the rotational piece, they just span really weirdly, and then I actually didn't realise that they moved on their own. The only thing is you can't get them to light up without that, but like it's spinning, but I guess you can use the toy box lights for that. So that's just really nice, and then there's some other ones in the pack, so yeah, that clearance on there is fine. Yeah, it is. But the station it's not got a lot of detail to it because you're not going to be in here for long. I want quick operations with this one, and I feel like that was as quick as I could get it. Here is the coaster coming in from the offload station, so let's get on. So that was our ride on Hayo. I forgot the name of it for a second. Before any of you say anything, yes, there are some trees in my way. I didn't realise that. So I will move them in due course when this video is fully recorded. So over here we have a couple of flat rides. Oh, I actually forgot to mention. Firstly, the photos. I really like this placing of photos. And the photos itself, they're probably like one of my favourite ones. Especially this front car one. It's just perfect, and there's room for like overlays on the side if the park wants to do something with that. But that's just really nice. And oh, we just missed it, but that's probably my favourite view of the ride. Gives me Galactica vibes. When like the Flight of Life section, like it gives that vibe, except it's still flying, and then the helix into the roll, that's completely inspired off Galactica. Just a bit more Vekoma like. Over here we have two flat rides, not really heavily themed, just flat rides. I have forgot to put the single rider fast track and thingy, whatever, on, so I will be stealing those from Titania and Titania, the flat rides, and Leviathan, where they just have like the signs. And same for this one, but this one's called Fireblaze. Not really sure what this model is, but looks quite thrilling. And I mean, I've never seen one in real life. It's just like it's like ostrich. What's it called? Ostrich stampede on steroids. That's basically all I can think of. And over here we have a wave shooter. Again, couldn't think of a name for this. But it's just a Zamperla. Oh, what's it called? Is it Big Waves? Zamperla. No, I don't know. I think it's called a Big Waves. Or at least that's what I've seen. But you're actually going to see it go into the tunnel here. This tunnel was one of the first things I built. So, Ride Was Free, thank you for the thank you for putting the tutorial out on your TikTok, and that just really helped me with making this tunnel. And it just looks really nice. It looks like it looks like a bit like Oblivion's, like the other side of the tunnel, not like the massive hole, like the other side of it where nobody usually looks. But over here is another side to that boom platform. This is a bit, you can see a bit more of the ride here. You can see the poking out the trees. You can see the roll into the second launch, and that thing right there. Yeah, I told you we are never going to get to hide that. And the last thing I want to talk about before we move on to the next coaster, which I don't know which it is this popcorn, like these popcorn stalls. I would assume there would be like a different brand that are like sponsoring the park, and the park have just put these popcorn brands in, and literally it was just an excuse to find something to fill this flower bed with. And I put Cornell Butterworth statue on there, gold statue. Looks really, really nice. I think he's one of my favourite mascots now. Here we have the gardener access. I've actually thought about that. I'm not even sure if that's a thing, but I assume it will be. Either that or we have sprinklers, but I don't want to build sprinklers. Although I have just realised there are sprinkler pieces in the game. What am I doing? I probably will add that. But, yeah, so I finally finished this flying coaster then. So it just looks really, really nice. We are going to take a look inside here. So just use lots of cars and like scenery pieces from the silver screen pack yet again. This I was inspired by a lot of inspiration by Jan BK in this park, but this was off his Omnibus style dark ride in his regional park series. But I didn't realise I had to. Oh, where am I? I had to delete this section because it collided with the coaster, and I did not realise. So a lot of clearance issues, which I'd never thought I'd have with this coaster because it's quite a small coaster type. Yeah, so I'm really happy with these pallets. I'm gonna use them a lot. I would think, especially in like backstage areas. There's actually one missing, so I just gotta move that in there. It's always when you record stuff that you just miss some things, like those trees in the coaster footage. Yeah, that's the coaster there. But overall, I'm really happy with it, and it's just a really nice launch coaster. I've been saying now, well, you haven't heard it from me, but I've been saying to myself, we have too many launch coasters in this park. I mean, coaster-wise, we have, I mean, apart from the, well, I don't really count the, that log flume ride as a coaster. So, 1, 2, that's not really a, I mean, I'm not going to count that as a lift hill. 4, so Leviathan was actually our last lift hill coaster in this park, so, I'm going to make sure there's a lift hill coaster for the next project, whether it's a kiddie coaster or something massive. I mean, the next massive coaster will have chain lift. I know that. Chain lift or a friction wheel lift, I don't know. But, thank you guys for watching this episode of Turas Gairdini, and we'll be back soon for another coaster. What is that segue? Yeah, so we'll be back for another episode very, very soon. So thank you all for watching yet again, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.